Harley Reddick coming at you with some college SEC college basketball reactions. There were three games tonight. The first game I'm going to react to is the Oklahoma Sooners versus the Florida Gators. Oklahoma, they beat Arkansas. Unfortunately, that's a game that we should have won. Florida's really good. Oklahoma's good at all. We're playing much better now than we were when we played Oklahoma, though. Um, but if you're listening and you know you don't want to watch the full you're like, I don't want to watch a whole basketball game. That's not what I'm doing. This is this is the highlights condensed down into 8 minutes. So I'll get that started. Let me get the okay, there we go. uh yeah, I'll get it started right now.
We'll get into that as this game continues. Chinyalu for Florida wins the tap. And the Gators here in front of a raucous crowd will start with the ball. 5 of their first 6 shots have been three-point field goal attempts. And here's another one. And another one that drops. That's
And
Walter Clayton Jr. now. Yeah. A loss
Florida's
may not
good.
hurt him. A win would be monumental. Yeah, no doubt. Martin, he penetrates, and that's a soft kiss. They've missed that when he was out. Fears still plenty of time on the shot clock as he rises and buries it. That felt a little Trey Johnson-like.
Oklahoma. He leads the SEC freshman in free throws made, free throw attempts, and he's number 2 in assists. He's a tough cover. Now he's a young kid.
That was Kobe Elvis's first. Clayton Jr., pretty play.
That's a great read by Clayton Jr. to understand. Gators is getting it going because of this kid, Walter Clayton Jr., Ravi. He's so good and physical, much more than a three-point jump shot.
Clayton Jr. will reset. He's got 9 in the shot clock, but he gets the screen from Hanlockton. He'll pull up and bury it.
He is a bucket. I'm telling you, really reads the floor well, but man, he
He's
can knock
good.
it down. Gators on a
I can't
15
believe
to 4
Florida's so
run
good.
right now.
You know, at the
Walter
beginning
Clayton
of the
Jr.
year, or in the
The
preseason,
reason you're not
I had
seeing
no
him
idea
is
they'd
he's
be
redshirting
a
this year,
number
but
two.
he's all of 7'9". That's a little too easy for the Gators, and a foul on Martin.
That's that toughness and physicality that he just bulldozes his way to the basket and plays through contact and ones. But Ravi, it has spread to this entire Florida team. They are way more physical.
Clayton Jr. leading the way. He's got 8. Good time.
I'm excited
Penetration. He
about
just
the
backed
game
his
tomorrow
defender,
night
Martin, out of the way.
um, between
Jr.
the
works it.
Razorbacks and Auburn.
The
I really
reverse
think
lock.
I really
Terrific
think we have a
defense that
shot. And you
time.
might
Maybe a
say
little bit upset
that's
about
it's
the last time
ridiculous.
when
They're the number one
Yeah, but
team,
it's good offense, though. A
and
quick
we're
early ball screen
you
for
know what,
Fears.
four
He
and
can
eight
make
in
those floaters
conference.
more than he misses.
And but Yeah, I think we have a shot. And
That's the
we are
pressure they
playing
put on you
great
after a miss.
basketball right now.
The speed that
We've
Florida
just come
brings
up
it
a
with.
little short against
That's a
Alabama
one-pass
and
transition play for
um,
Florida.
Texas A&M.
Aberdeen working
But
deep.
uh, we
He'll fire
a
another
couple of
open
years
one.
ago
There
we
you
knocked them
go.
off. We knocked when they were number one,
Man,
and
he
they
has
come
set
to
the
Bud
bar
Walton,
high.
and
They're
we
capable
won,
of Ravi of
stormed the
getting there.
court.
Yes, they are.
So
Fears had that one
so
taken
it's
away. Here's
definitely
Martin.
doable.
The alley-oop to
They're
Chinyalu.
just showing
Tries to
off.
take the big guy, and he'll kick it. You gotta get
Hey,
it
if you
off
can
quick.
do it,
He
do it.
does. Oh, and he knocked
Wow.
it down. And Don Daly just wants to make sure that he got that one off in time. Not so fast. We have Broom, who's one of the best players in the country and may end up being the player of the year. Martin with a man in his mug, buried a
My
three, and
goodness.
then he petted Elvis.
The toughest league in all of college basketball. And whoever wins that regular season crown, that's my vote for the National Coach of the Year. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be Bruce Pearl.
They're all on fire right now, Jimmy. 7 of 12 field goals are threes.
How does he think Tennessee's going to win?
A hard drive denied from behind.
outside corner. They
Not
find the
Tennessee,
backside
Auburn.
bomb as well as
Auburn.
anybody in this league. And
Bruce Pearl used to be
Oklahoma's
at
continuing
Tennessee.
to drive the ball, but man, the white jerseys are just eating them up.
Out back in the game with a couple of fouls. Richard again. Boy, it is just a big bucket right now they're seeing. Excellent relocation by Fears. Really well done.
Big time offense by Oklahoma to keep that ball moving. Some dribble weave action up top.
After a day after that LSU loss, which was really demoralizing for them, Clayton Jr. rises, fires, and finds it.
What do you do about that if you're Porter Moser?
How difficult is it to compete in this conference, and what do you have to do long-term to compete with the top?
You have to have your NIL money because they couldn't afford to keep Milos Uzan and Otega Owe. Uzan starting for Houston right now. Owe starting for Kentucky. And he's an older kid that has seen it all in terms of how to score in this league.
Martin's having a great night shooting. They left him
I can't
wide
believe
open,
Oklahoma lost those two players because they didn't have the NIL
Out of
money.
bounds underplays. I mean, they are the complete real deal.
Good move there to shake Handlockton. Handlockton. And the two for Jalen Moore. Other end, too quick.
About 2 seconds.
Crowd wanted Handlockton to shoot that. Instead, he gives it to a much better three-point shooter. Smart play. Clayton Jr.'s 4 of 6 from 3 and firing again. No good. Wow. Rip, and yet count the basket.
Wow.
And this example by Will Richard to fly in there from that off-guard spot, through contact, grab that thing with 2 hands and finish.
Molly on the jet?
Molly's on the jet.
All right.
Look at that little,
Wow,
that little
he
dude.
is so good.
Well, he's got the ball right now. I mean,
Fears
not making fun of him or nothing,
dances
but
with that ball,
the other
you can
guys
see
tower
that NBA
over him.
scout seeing that kid.
There's a long three from Goodine. Good three-point shooter. You know, you mentioned A&M. They are playing right now on the SEC Network in a good one against Mississippi State. It's a 4-point Mississippi State advantage, 46-42.
And that's the confidence that Florida has right now, and that they have deserved it and earned it.
Shindilu just ran over Moore and threw it up and in. It's been a while since Fears buried one, so he reminds everybody he's still in this game, and now 17. Fired up Martin. No good, and how volleyballed it back out. Aberdeen, good pass to Klapschar. Good result.
Man, he could start
In this conference.
Yes, that's the 5th guard that Florida has.
There's help.
Just a tough competitor. He's 2 out of 4 from the three-point line, and there's the value of him. Can be that pressure release.
This game goes off. I was just going to say
And they already have
that,
that guy who's just sitting on the
you
bench
know,
right now in a
if
boot.
you left the Razorbacks for dead when they were,
13 or
0
14
and
quad
whatever
wins.
in
There's not one
conference, then you know,
That's what
you need to
Forsythe can
jump
do.
back on the bandwagon
Those
because
four guys have
they are
outscored
playing some great
Oklahoma
basketball,
56-53.
and
Klapschar.
I really think they have a chance to win against Auburn. They're projected to be in the NCAA tournament by KenPom. Their net rating, even though they lost to Texas A&M, they went from 41 to 39 in net rating. So, you know, the season is not a bust yet. I'm looking forward to some postseason play, some postseason action from the Hogs. That was a blowout game.
We'll get into
That was definitely a blowout game. But the next one, I'm not sure how this one ends up. Not sure how this one ends up. Let's see. This is South Carolina and LSU. But before I start, I want to let you guys know that I've decided that tomorrow night I'm going to um, you can react. You can show the game on YouTube and react to it as long as you're talking throughout it. Then it's that YouTube lets you do that. So I'm going to do it tomorrow night. If watch uh, anybody wants to watch it along with me, it'll be fun. It's going to be a great game. And if you're not able to get it because it's crazy how these uh, apps are, these streaming services. You got to pay for this and this one and this one to get whatever game and this game. And the NFL was all over the place on Peacock and Paramount and just everywhere. But this is gonna. I think that Hogs is on ESPN. But if you don't have ESPN, you can watch it here on YouTube with me, and we'll hope for a win. Um, really hoping for a win. That would be big time. But here's the next game: the South Carolina LSU.
And LSU has been on the search of their first conference win of the year. They have had so many close calls. Will they be?
South Carolina likes to space the floor, like to go inside out.
And Murray Boyles, one of the top rebounders.
I'd love to see South Carolina get a win here.
Gets his first.
Look for them to try to double inside.
They're 0-12
when the ball gets in the paint.
Rejects
the veteran. He's a great rim protector. And that's what they've got to do on that back line.
Love to see the 5'11 senior get going. There's the starting to start things off. Cam Carter.
South Carolina's good. They are good. That's crazy to say that they're good and they're 0-12, but they play everybody so close. They just cannot. They can't get the win.
Perfect pass to Pringle. He just had it slip out on the alley-oop.
Pringle's good. What's the other guy?
And a walk. So
I'll say his name in a minute.
Screen from Pringle. They work it around into the corner. Murray Boyles on a three. Misses
Murray
Boyles. Foul down low.
I think.
Carolina.
Yeah, whatever his name, however you pronounce his name. He's really good, and Pringle's good.
They're both really outstanding coaches, and they're both going to have success in their programs.
In that loss to the Gators, which was competitive for a half, and then things got out of hand by fewer than 5 points. That one rattles in, so a good start early on for Damian.
Worked hard to fix that. They've
I
had
hope
some
South Carolina wins.
Thomas missed a lot
I'll say that again.
because of his
LSU Tigers turnover margin was the one he threw out here today. As
really has helped Cam Carter and his ability to go one-on-one.
Stepping into a three.
Run and set stuff and gone more with this spread. And coach thinks it's given them much more of a flow offensively.
It's just inexplicably turns it over, and then LSU gives it right back. That's for both these teams. And then on the other end, a missed layup, an offensive rebound, the kick, an open tray for Wright.
Recruited to be catch and shoot, play a little bit at the point in South Carolina because of Thomas's injury, and it's kind of taken him away from what he does well.
Heat check three, and
LSU comes right back, moving the ball around and knocking down the three right there, the point that we are now. But this just didn't happen. It was a plan from the SEC office to get.
Bozeman's Verdonk been elevating his play. Ugasu fires up an air ball, and there is Paris telling us that they need him to be more assertive. The offense has to go through him.
Probably the best maybe on the floor tonight.
Great pass, threading the needle.
Play CMB, and that's going to be a tough challenge for him.
This
Cam Carter is a very special player. It's really good off the bounce. You see the way he changes up. See his footwork. He squill him or do something.
Mouse in the house scenario for Murray Boyles, gladly taking advantage, and then Murray Boyles.
I really like this young man. I think he's got tremendous potential. He's got great footwork.
I've had Mizzou coach a few times. If the nation was sleeping on them before, I think they realized by now.
He has done that. Outstanding coach.
Mark Mitchell has been as good of an addition in the portal as anybody in the SEC. Bozeman's Verdonk had no notion of shooting, was trying to find.
They're doubling down on CMB, and nobody's playing who's ever the.
Sears, who's been in a doghouse a little bit, almost turned it over. Shot clock down to 5. Miller goes to work on the blow by and missed the layup. The baseline. Not a whole lot of movement here, Coach.
Nope.
Settle on a 3 from Tom.
Not have a real rim protector, so I think you got to challenge them in the paint.
Come on, South Carolina.
Alley-oop attempt, and Ricks fired off by what has been one of their best perimeter
I hate
players.
LSU.
Yeah,
I just have a hate for
started
him.
off the season shooting the ball extremely well, and he's been struggling as late as you talked.
Into the slump of his own, they're trying to get him going.
You know, it's a situation where I think up and to give him more because he can be very, very important. And sometimes taking a look from the bench and let the bench talk to you.
Oh, come on.
And has done so much in this community of Baton Rouge as far as housing, as far as the community.
This year, he is a physical
We're
specimen.
on 5 points
rebounding
behind
machine for
South Carolina.
Tigers.
I want you to get a
Mike, you
win.
talk aggressive, rebounds the ball, rim protector. Kindness. They think he's going to be developing to really one of the finest shooters in the pro. There you see LSU.
The game, you lose your best offensive player and your best interior defender. Deep 3 puts a
crack.
that was a that was off target.
Screens, so you're letting a person's individual ability.
The sophomore out of Baltimore, Maryland.
Going with the 4-out or 5-out spread.
Good look for Conyers.
Nope.
They want him to take.
They're just shooting threes. Both teams are just shooting threes. And, okay, there we go. He made
kind of
one.
match with them going small, and the spacing has been very effective. There you see the strip, the turnover leading to an easy basket. That's part of what.
Whips it up top to Thomas. Into the corner to Wright. Shot clock at 1. Wright throws it up at the rim. Didn't hit anything, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
Damn, 14 to 21.
Defense. I think right now the ball's getting into either Pringle.
Coach, you've had all kinds of teams, good and not so good. That's just the price of being with point guard play and turnovers.
Well, it's you see the answer, they don't see the answer.
Right.
That can be really frustrating. And you talk about point guard play, whether or not it's a point guard or a leader.
Right now, who takes over for these respective teams? Certainly Murray Boyles does in the post.
Right now, nobody's playing Pringle, and he never looked at the basket. He took 2 dribbles and passed it when he can make that foul line shot.
Nice feed in the year.
But all of that came out of not rushing offensively and reading the defense.
Putting an end to a 7-0 LSU run. Inside, jump hook shot.
And that's why he's in the starting lineup. He does a really good job of passing the ball and setting up the bigs. Mike, it's an easy game. The more the ball touches the paint, the more success you're going to have offensively.
That time, I think, especially when you've got Pringle and Murray Boyles, a paint touch would almost be automatic, right, Coach?
He's playing him right now. They'll make the adjustment, I'm sure, when he comes to the bench in the halftime, but he's a very good passer.
Wow. Has made its last 5 shots from the field.
Last 5 he's made.
Matt McMahon has done a tremendous, and that's the way. See, again, Pringle gets
Come on,
the ball
boy.
on top.
Oh,
He's
come on.
indecisive with what he has to do. Just shoot the ball at the foul.
You, I thought that was a great speech.
I thought it was a tremendous speech and a way to catch his team's attention.
Pringle inside.
Pringle now in the low post and try to get him the ball, but he's got to finish.
Yeah, he's got to finish.
Gives driving lanes and makes passes clearer and easier.
Step back 3.
My
LSU,
goodness, made 6 in a row.
perimeter-wise, are getting cleaner looks at the basket. Coach McMahon has done a really
Here. As that one pops
They
out.
just can't.
A
They
good box
just
out there for
cannot.
I would think
Oh
they
my
got to throw it
goodness,
into
they're
the
just
big. I think they've got to get to the
they're
foul line.
cursed.
Miller. There's
They were
Pringle.
good last year.
Right into the defense of Zachary Davis. I don't think he ever saw the defender.
He did very, very well.
Another shot
That was a
does
horrible
not hit
shot.
the rim. As Thomas brings it up the floor.
Didn't
Gamecocks
even
trying to
clear.
trying to find a hot
Hit the
hand.
side of the backboard.
And there's going to be a hold down low on Collins. Just what you... This is Jacoby Wright. Probing, dishing. Bozeman's Verdonk with an...
They finally did it. They got him a point. They got him some points.
That's what you
and
want
one.
to drive, get into the advantage and needs to wear LSU down.
See if they can get the one.
Is in that paint area and being physical there.
Of course not.
Again, with the spacing, move the ball, look for your skips.
Come on, Carolina.
Gamecocks forced
There
a
you go.
turnover. Right, weaving,
go.
stop,
Get
pop,
you up.
and
Oh.
a back iron. Those nice quick hands there by
that was
Cam
open
Carter.
shot.
Carter leading the way, and Carter
Man, they make
tears in
LSU
conference
look
play,
like
averaging 18
Auburn.
points a game in the league.
Post and never looked at the basket. It shouldn't be a time he catches the ball in the post area and not look.
Paris has talked about before. They want him to be more assertive. Open three,
My
nothing but
goodness.
the bottom of the net.
LSU shooting the ball too well right now.
LSU
They are
6
shooting
for
too
10 from
well.
behind the
Because
arc.
they sure as hell aren't that good.
I'm finding a good look. Bozeman's Verdonk says, okay, I'll shoot it, and drops it.
Up strong and follow through, and they'll get pretty good looks.
That one almost went.
That one went in and out.
Again,
What are you
nobody's
gonna do?
playing.
What was that
Bozeman-
all about?
Perpetual motion, which makes him an even more difficult guy to guard.
Well, he is, and right now they're running some fly action. That's part of going with the smaller lineup to get this move on.
Oh.
9 points for Carter. He might get some extra cardio in tonight. Conyers on a triple. Good response.
Oh, they
Really
hit
switch through
three.
to play that high post.
Who was
And they
that?
got the ball into the post for CMB.
Conyers?
Watch Cam Carter right there, and the finish
Cam
is
Carter
so
is good.
explosive. But it all comes because of the movement and because of the physical.
Oh, he scored
with
like
that
27 on us
speed all
on
the
our
time.
first
And that's
when
why
they
you
beat us
keep track of
when
those
we played
things
the
and let
first
guys
time.
know when they're not.
Had that sucker ready to go, and sure enough, Cam Carter pays it off. Next, Murray Boyles, by the way. A little bit of a danger zone. Plenty of time in this game, but if you're 14.
And with Butler in the game, you have to go play him at the high post. Could become on.
When Murray Boyles makes it look that easy, it begs to just give him some more paint. Shot clock at 10. Fadeaway three on the way. No good, but no box out. Offensive rebound. And then a foul on. Coming up on 1 minute remaining in the first half. One-on-one, Dipsy Do. Follow up, no good. Butler grabs the. See what the Gamecocks set up in the front court. Butler, like you said, he'll pull the trigger. That was Givens. Around and out to the wing, and there's still Digits with a three.
If they can get, if the Gamecocks can get this to 10, the way they play this first.
And LSU had a foul to give. So you see that a lot more at the NBA level than you do the college.
Carolina, he can drive the ball a little bit better.
And
I have never seen that. I mean,
What? I gotta back that up. I missed it.
Uga screen action and drop the basketball.
What happened?
drive and a reverse finish by Bailey. So that counts when you throw it from out of bounds. Out
Let's see.
to the wing, and there's still Digits with a three.
If they can get, if the Gamecocks can get this to 10, the way they play this first.
And LSU had a foul to give. So you see that a lot more at the NBA level than you do the college.
Carolina, he can drive the ball a little bit better.
And
Oh,
I have never seen that. I mean,
does that count?
Uga screen action and drop the basketball.
Does that count?
drive and a reverse finish by Bailey. So that counts when you throw it from out of bounds. We have established, in case anybody.
To the post area, they've got to get better shot selection there.
It
And
does
then
count.
defensively,
Wow.
I know coaches, and I know you
That's
talk
crazy.
to them about containing the basketball.
Obviously, first possession for LSU. A drive in the tree, shot up, off, contact. Collins gets it and sticks it this year. Perry, and I'm curious on your thoughts. The physicality on the glass, guys battling for rebound.
I would always tell officials, let us play. And I try to go and get guys that could be physical and that could battle on the glass. So you want your guys, you see, that was a push-off. Right. I mean, and I think we talked to Coach earlier, but, you know, you guys, you got nutritionists and all like that. You just got to step it up with the physicality and match it.
Thomas, again, league play for this season. Carolina trying to get an end to that nasty 0-12 streak in the conference.
Nope.
I never like to see that.
You're naturally tough.
Well,
man, I really wanted South Carolina to win this game.
A league that has men, guys that want to play
this thing for a living.
When you're out there on the court, you got to protect.
At South Carolina, when you worked under Frank Martin, Collins, speaking of being tough, he fought for another offensive rebound. Gamecocks in transition quickly in the front court. Wide open Pringle.
There you go.
Two-hand slam.
Execution, skill set, but toughness, both mentally and physically, is also a very.
Gamecocks 3 for 3 in the second half, cutting it to 10, and a reach-in foul.
Like they were earlier, so they've got to recognize.
The ball hit the side of the backboard.
Of inspiring the other guys on the team. They're capable of finishing and handling the.
Leads the league in field goal percentage. We were asking Lamont Paris about the NBA scout. Is what you're drafting Murray Boyles on now?
Yes, and his ability to finish at the rim with that explosiveness.
For a Gamecock 6-0 run, LSU responds with a 7-0 run. Inside. LSU coming in. Trying to pick up their third conference win of the season. There's the cutter. There's the block by
these activities.
Ball comes in. Into the corner on a 3. Off the mark, and Pringle takes it. And it squirts out to Davis. Fresh shot clock now. Here's Davis. And Davis.
So sometimes you got to put your faith in something. Kept fighting.
Come on, 12-point game.
Murray Boyles just tried to. Gamecocks have a shot clock and down to 5 for LSU. Here's Carter. Kick out pass. Good if it goes, and it does.
This LSU team seems really comfortable with the spacing and the shots. They're getting in the paint. They're not taking bad shots in the paint.
3, nice response, and they really missed him when he was out with an injury. That healthy Gamecock squad. Miller got bumped on the shot, and a
rhythm. It's about recognizing what you have, shot pass, and they're moving at a speed where they're in really good rhythm. This LSU team.
Non-victorious Miller, freshman from Los Angeles, but he's got ties to the state of Louisiana.
Great work.
I knew you would have next level information on Master P. Good work, Coach. Murray Boyles, little bully ball he wanted. Projected first round draft.
Bully ball. That's what Thero plays.
In Baton Rouge.
Definitely plays some
PMAC,
bully ball.
LSU has led throughout this ball game, throughout the year. And Miller too close on the pass.
To be able to catch the basketball, and he'll learn that as he gets older.
A turnover margin stat. Conyers angles it in, down low, Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles in traffic, gets his own rebound. And
leaning towards the basket instead of exploding up. See, he's not exploding up to the basket. He needs to explode and be above the rim and finish that way. That's what your bigs have to do to finish in the paint.
Yeah, he had the pump fake working.
It had easy looks, and they made them more difficult tonight than what they needed to.
Thomas wants a ball screen. Pringle gives it to him. Thomas sets up the 3.
Go.
He gets in trouble as if he penetrates too deep because of his size.
Game high 14 for Thomas.
9-point game, we
on
got
the
the ball.
steal.
We.
Trying to find help.
And
And
not we, but
just
Carolina's got
steers.
the ball, and they gave it up.
Three
Here we
ball
go.
from the corner.
Of course.
Oh, that stings.
Of course.
Michael
That's how their
Collins in
season's gone
when
all
they on a
season
run,
long.
turnover, and they give up for 3.
14 points to lead all scorers. Alley-oop pass through that right in the middle of a double team.
Yeah,
But
why did he
early,
do
the
that?
bodying was he missed those first 2 shots. Then he put it out there tonight.
No, not at all.
Man, they deserve to lose.
That man's confident. A
My
3
goodness.
now for one
I
of
mean,
the
they deserve to
SEC's
lose
leading scorers.
doing some of the things they're doing.
And then Ugasu.
I was here with Shaq, and when Shaq showed up, he'll tell you he was the 3rd best player on that team.
Chris Jackson, Stanley Roberts.
Yes, sir.
Carolina, that's Corey Chest, and it's an 8-0 run, all off Gamecock turnovers.
Being I've ever seen.
From the state of South Carolina.
Yes, indeed.
Andre have won Cam Carter.
Oh, you talk about tough shot maker. Cam Carter's special, and he's having a special night.
Leading at 59-42. Morant on the roster, who happens to be an NBA All-Star. But even after John left, Matt McMahon became a hot name on the coaching to get the right complement of players. And so much of today's game now is roster.
No question, and I told Coach, I said, you might be too nice. And because he really is a gentleman and he really cares tremendous under him, you got to kind of motivate him a little bit. But what a gentleman he is. And
a 10-1 run for LSU in less than 2 minutes of action. The miss and the fall by Pringle was
rebounding. I thought coming in, and we talked with Coach McMahon, he was worried about that hurting them. And
the offensive glass for Carolina so far. Carter, stop and pop, and a friendly shooter bounce.
Gets the shooter's bounce.
3.5 of that 5.5 miles he'll
Yeah,
eventually
they're
get
making
in before this
LSU
game's
look
over. Perpetual motion. Conyers
We've got a
measures up a 3, but
17
can't
point
find
game.
I think whether or not you drive it or pass it, I think they need paint touches as much as they can.
break.
And again, an unforced turnover, backcourt violation.
As you talk about shooting the basketball,
Well, I don't think they're going to win
the
this
lob
one.
right there. His head is
That's
always
sad.
up because he
They're
has
gonna
to
end up
recognize what he's
0-13.
aiming at.
Carter started his career at Kansas State after points. Carter, to go back to Cam Carter for a moment, from Donald's, this is kind of a homecoming for him to come back from Manhattan, Kansas to his home state of Louisiana. Good this league is this year. There's been some individual performances that maybe have gotten lost in the shuffle, and one of the most exciting players in this league.
Let me tell you, this state, we were in a tournament starting 5 Louisiana kids. UNO with the great Tim Floyd was in it, starting 5 Louisiana kids.
Not only were they a lot of Louisiana kids,
Baton Rouge.
half of them are from Baton Rouge. You didn't have to go far at all. And Coach Brady, who's now the radio analyst, you could just have an Uber budget. Take a $6 Uber ride and get yourself a... They do love college basketball.
Oh, they do.
In this state and in the fans here
Great
love it.
passing inside. They didn't finish that. But to your point, you have to give Dale Brown so much credit because state basketball is important in this state. And, you know, that man, he's been the standard bearer in this state.
Put together a lot of the teams represented by the banners hanging high.
Florida, I like the way they're handled. I saw them practice when they played South Carolina. Coaches out there dancing with the team. And you think there's a real connect between the coaching staff and the players there. Bruce Pearl is unbelievable in everything. And he has just matured and grown as a coach. Players and adjusted to the style.
This game has just gotten away from him.
Unbelievable. You know, Nate has just got him. Unbelievable coach.
Speaking of which, one of those could be Alabama, right now ranked 4th. They're at Missouri. That was flying under the radar for a while. I don't think they're too far under the radar now. The ball goes off of Pringle.
Oh my God. You know, that's like sacrilegious, isn't it? I mean,
well, and there was a time when we launched the SEC Network 11 years ago. If you did, year after year, over half of this conference goes to the big dance, and several teams this year will have a crack at making the final. Offensive rebound for Collins. Hanging and missing to career points. Thomas, he is by far and away been the spark.
You know, I do.
What he's done is good, but he needed his inside
something
game
I like about
him,
some of these guys, you know, that play
times
basketball
tonight,
or football or whatever. You know, they just most of them don't give up. You know, they just keep playing. They're playing hard. They're playing hard. Just because they're not good doesn't mean they're not playing hard. You know.
Killer crossover.
Look at them, you know, they're 0-12. They know they're fixing to be 0-13, and they're still out there giving it all they can.
See, I don't like LSU holding the ball like this. They've got to continue to move the basketball.
Offensive rebound.
Bangers. They're more face up.
No, Collins had that in his bag. Murray Boyd. LSU will bleed a little more clock here. Or will they? Three from the corner. Well, it's getting really physical. And that's a 7-4 Missouri. 7 feet, 2 rotation guy next season for Lamont Paris.
Made his free throws.
And family, his mom played at South Carolina. His brother played at Florida State. He's with the G League team with the Wizards right now.
LSU still raining down threes.
His nephew just hit a 3. Come up on
that was ugly.
The 3.5-minute mark of this ball game.
Against Ole Miss, they picked themselves up. They had a big-time win against Oklahoma. They came out today.
Threes for LSU, a team that has not shot the 3 particularly well this year. They came in to this game 31.
With excellent spacing, and so everybody's involved. There you see a shot right there by Baylor.
For that would be for the Gamecocks to take advantage with their bigger unit in
a little bit and not looking at the basket, and then they double down on the post.
LSU has dominated this game for much of the way. Get to the SEC tournament, which will be here before you know it. These two teams, of course, will be playing on the first day. And no,
they're going to wind up maybe playing a team that's on the bubble. And either one of these two teams are the worst type of teams you want to play when you're on the.
Little dipsy-do, but Miller blew a flat tire on the giddy-up.
On city driving.
Definitely do some city driving here for the final $1.50 of the season and 14th win overall. Carter. Colin Murray Boyle, 16 points, 10 rebounds, but he would gladly give up some boards. He is special. 6'6" bucket getter for Texas. If you haven't watched, just the brother of one Tyler Hero, who just won the 3-point contest in the NBA.
I really do think Arkansas has a chance to win against Auburn tomorrow. I hope they win, but they have a chance. They're playing some really good basketball. They're getting better and better and better. I mean, Big Z, he has really come along. I couldn't stand Big Z. Any of them, I couldn't stand to watch them play in the beginning of the season. It was like watching it. It was ugly. I mean, they couldn't dribble. They couldn't pass. You know. But they have really come along. Now, Jonas Aidit, he has not, but he's still hurt. That's his problem. You can tell he's not. You can tell he's not 100% at all. I can just tell by the way he runs, by the way he moves around the court. He is definitely not 100%. He's still playing though.
Scott, the freshman on three.
Big Z has really come around. Nelly, he's come around. Carter Knox had a breakout game, I think, in our last loss against Texas A&M, and let's see who else. Wagner. He has come along. He's DJ Wagner. He has definitely stepped up playing the point. So I'm really excited to watch the game tomorrow. What do you guys think the chances are that they're going to win? Put it in comments. Throw some comments in there. Subscribe, like, do all that kind of stuff. Trying to build a channel here. Trying to make something positive. A variety of stuff, but all positive stuff. That's the main thing, is it all positive. And sports has been that for me. Sports in a world where things are just not going great. It looks like things look like they're not going great in the world. In that world, sports is a breath of fresh air. And music, of course, you can just get away from anything by listening to music. And then I'm reporting on the good news of the day, and not just good news like what was the example, the pen pals that had never met each other for 84 years and they finally met. That's good news. But that's not news. The kind of news I'm talking about. That's just a that's a happy thing. That's a good thing that they finally get to meet. I'm talking about news like not reporting on all the bad stuff going on in the world, reporting on good stuff going on in the world, like carbon emissions are down, the ozone the hole in the ozone layer is closing faster than anybody would have ever thought. We are beating climate change. There's so many things that are and AI is being used. People fear AI so much, and I know there's a little reason to. Of course, there's a reason to be wary of it, but it's being used for such great things. It's groundbreaking in the areas of health and our medicine, and I don't know. Just want this channel to be about positive things, and to help everybody that comes into contact with my video podcast, my reactions, my news, my whatever I'm doing here. Whoever comes in contact with it, I hope you leave with a little bit of a different mind shift. Or you have a mind shift, maybe you'll have a mind shift, or possibly even have have a huge change of in the way you think and feel, or the way there's really just two things that we can we have a decision. We have two decisions, and and we're always making decisions, right? And there's really just two things. There's fear or love. You can either choose fear or love, and I choose love in all situations. But there's one more game. I don't know. Let's see. It's Texas A&M and Mississippi State. That'd be a good game. Let's start that one.
The Cameron Matthews game right here. I mean, it exudes what this game will be about. Payne, 17 against Ole Miss. You look at Hubbard, Kugel, Melendez, Matthews, and Nwoko, the starting five.
To be a complete offensive player.
This lineup 5-0 for Texas A&M. Taylor, Phelps, Obasity, Coleman, and Payne. Here's Phelps. Tough shot.
Was it?
Texas A&M on the year, averaging 74.
This is a bit more of a more serious game than
Mississippi
the last
State
one.
on the flip side, 79 points a game. That's 7th in the conference.
And love to keep you on one side of the court. They force you into that baseline, into that traffic right there. That's where you can be turnover prone.
And Melendez. Phelps.
6-13.
Reverse layup. Boy, nice move through.
All but on one end of the court, it's Phelps with that highway screen there. As, if you will, off his post up, clearing the lane.
Harris. No look to Murphy, spins in traffic. Boy, a little nice dipsy-do.
Great move.
Wade Taylor still sits on that bench.
Damn, so many SEC teams are just awesome.
Wilcher fires for
All
three.
about the money.
Got it.
There's a lot of money in the SEC.
Melendez flying to the basket. Hefner got a piece of that. Aggies off and running. Hefner, he'll throw one down. Ward back to Harris. Another three on the way, and this one's perfect.
Oh, that three-point attempt in the same spot, much better look.
35% three-point shooter on the year. That's number 53 on the season. Harris slips, and that leaves Wilcher alone to bury another three, his second tonight.
It's a tough time to slip when you're guarding one of the hottest three-point shooters in the SEC. Goodness.
And a takeaway and an easy 2 points from Jarrett Phelps.
My goodness.
Dave, here's just the inexcusable pass right here. You just can't do that. Phelps saw it coming too.
How about that tonight?
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Taylor back on the floor. Didn't take him long to get a shot up. There's an offensive rebound underneath by Garcia, and he lays it in.
There's a few possessions in a row here recently where A&M is in a rhythm. And that's not always just on offense. They're in a rhythm on defense.
Hefner in and out. Payne, offensive rebound over the smaller Hubbard to a second opportunity again. Wilcher, long three. Oh, my goodness.
So when they combine what they bring to the table every night with some three-point shooting, and that's the look you're going to get. It's off the skip passes because A&M helps so much over to the midline.
Another deep three. Wade Taylor. Look. Hubbard flying to the basket.
How he promotes that green light, and then Hubbard with just an easy two.
Texas A&M trailed by as many as 7. They now lead it by 5.
I can't stand Texas A&M.
Matthews bounce pass. Murphy, he knows what to do.
I wish they would have beat him.
Taylor to Coleman. Just powers his way. Has had plenty of good looks. Coming off a 17-point performance against the Rebels over the weekend. Hubbard. He knocks home a corner third on Payne.
You've got to drive to pass against A&M. If you try to drive to score, it's going to be a tough two or a charge. And that time, Kugel does a nice job of.
Hubbard, a little stutter step, goes with the left hand. Shot clock in single digits.
A&M is down.
To Taylor. Wade. Little floater, no good. Loose ball. Taylor. Got it. Here's Matthews, top 10 in the league in assists. Hubbard. Will fall away. Corner three.
That was pretty.
Hubbard with a very efficient. Look at this dribble handoff, and that's how you get your guard open. You run him into that big, get the handoff. Really nice execution. Hubbard, 5 of 7, 15 already.
Averaging 16 a game. Here's Jones. Back to Melendez. RJ inside the arc. Got it. Inside to Murphy. Shot clock at 5. Got it to go. How in the world did that go through the cylinder?
Oh, I missed that. I was checking on YouTube.
Inside to Murphy. Shot clock at 5. Got it to go. How in the world did that go through the cylinder?
In the short corner, get a little double team, no problem. Just turn around, fade away. Beautiful shot by Murphy.
It was.
In a game where they have missed so many open looks from the perimeter, their contested mid-ranges have been some of their best looks. Gonna be ugly, and I think Chris Jans is okay with that. This year's team has been much more aesthetically pleasing offensively than years past, but he said, look, sometimes we gotta go throwback mode and just grind it out.
Off to Hubbard. Josh. Harris. Got it to go down.
I can't tell you what a terrific pass this is. To go this fast, one hand, zip it on time, on target for a corner three.
That's 32% for Texas A&M. That's a clinic by Harris. Lead back to 9. Taken away by the Bulldogs. Here's Jones. Nwoko. He's got it.
Wow, that was a nice turnaround.
Catch this ball in the corner, almost picked off. Still able to come down with it. Typically, when you catch a bad pass, leads to an off shot, but not that time. And then this steal and effort, great job. What I love about this finish here is Nwoko at the end of this quick spin move right here. Boom. Man, that caught the defender off guard.
Wade Taylor's got to get it going if they want to get back in this. Only 6 points. Wade 2 of 12. Boy, that was a quick catch and shoot.
Shot.
Shot clock at 5. Harris again. Got it again. Hefner, nice pass. Easy dunk.
It was a nice pass.
Got the mismatch, but Hubbard will elevate and rip it. That 3 by Hubbard may have just done it for the Bulldogs. The crowd sensing a top 10 win. Open 3, perfect by Jones.
Wow. I mean, they didn't just win. Let's see, what is that? 18?
Taylor got it to go. Center in Baton Rouge. Wade Taylor trying to find a little bit of room and loose ball on the deck. Here's Harris in the open floor. Garcia chases him, but it still goes in.
Good.
Boy, what a night for the Bulldogs here in Humphrey Coliseum. A season-low 54 points for Texas A&M. Better night certainly in store, but this league will get you somewhere. The winning streak for Texas A&M will stop at 5. And Mississippi State wins back-to-back games against top 25 opponents. Their 5th win against the top 25 team, most ever in school history. As they win it 70-54 behind 25 from Josh Hubbard.
All right, guys. That's the last reaction video I have, or game that I have for you tonight. Going to go ahead and jump off here, and I will be on at 9 o'clock in the morning with some music for you, and hopefully you'll like, share, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Y'all have a good night.